Greetings! Welcome back to Bruce's World of Stuff. And update number 1 on the Dan the Man's Psychedelic 60's group build for 2025. So, we're having a chat with some friends over in a live, private chat. And I thought, you know what? I probably need to record some of this so y'all see what I'm doing. Because I'm making a masterpiece. My first ever Pro Street. Never built one before. And I guarantee you that I am going to have lots of things wrong. And that's okay. I'm sure there'll be somebody in the keyboards telling me that, hey, that's all wrong. You know, I got some good friends to help. So hopefully it won't be too much. Anyway, we're body working today. Yes. Saw, sander, body work, cutters, knives, files. Yeah, we're having a great time making plastic fly, literally. Let's go over and take a gander at the mess on my desk. So if you remember from the first video, I think it was unboxing. Sure, yeah, that's what we'll call it. We're taking the 63 Nova II Station Wagon, and we're going to make a Pro Street out of it. And we're having a blast. I got some directions from my good friend Jason over at the KRD Klein's Designs. Builds, and this is what we got. This blue Nova kit, $14 for it's almost too much money. Just throwing that out there. I've got the. Let me pull you down here just a little bit. There we go. So we pulled you down a little bit, and we got the interior floor pan cut out. Here's the seat. And you're wondering, well, what did he do that for? Well, that's so I can use this, which is with the Nova kit, and that blue line represents where this seat's going to go back. Okay? So we're still going to have the interior panels and the same bench seat, and then this fits right in there like that, and then we'll fill in all the gaps. Of course, the seat part over here on the sides you're not going to worry about because you're not going to see them anyway, and the seat covers up most of it. So there's that, and I've got to cut out the majority of this, so this will fit in there, because as it sits right now, that don't fit in there. Not very good. And Jason showed me pictures of the ones that they built. The tubs go almost up to the windows. So I've got this trimmed down on the back end, so this fits in there, and it fits in there nicely. The only thing is, I think I may have to extend this front end a little bit, because I think the rear tub lines up right, but I don't know for sure till I put the axle in. I may have to shim it up back here to get this front to line up. We'll see. We'll move things around. So that's where we're at with this Pro Street Nova. Like I said, we're making Dart happy. We're doing a lot of grinding, a lot of sanding. You can see where I cut out the seat and fit that hump on the blue part. And yeah, this is where it was molded in. I don't care about that part. You're not going to see it, along with this back here. You're not going to see any of that. So the next thing is to come along here and cut this all out. But I need to save this part of the floor pan back here, because we'll have to put some nitrous bottles and the battery back here and some other things. Because I was going to use the kit motor for the 66 Nova, but I don't know yet. Ain't decided. And I don't know if it's going to be blower or stock engine or what. We ain't got that far yet. Right now I want to get the body going. So, well, whoops, the other way. So this is what we want to do. And we'll bring you back when we get ready for another segment. Bye.
I want to remind everybody that we are doing our first annual breast cancer awareness 24-hour group build, October 11th, 2025, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time. That'll run in conjunction with Bob's Model Works Chris Cortell Annual Cancer Awareness Group Build, which runs from October 1st to October 31st. A link is in the description for that one, so check that out too and sign up for his. Also in the description is a link to the GoFundMe page I set up for the American Cancer Society. We're going to take donations the whole time we're building, and you can start now if you want. But all the proceeds are going to the American Cancer Society, so any help you can give would be greatly appreciated.
Greetings! Welcome back to this segment of Update 1. You talk about a can of worms. I think I opened 2 of them. Because I have been 3 hours last night on a private live with some of my friends and got a lot done. But holy smokes. I'm going 5 directions, that way, this way, and that way, all at the same time. Kit bashing. Awesome. Been a while since I've done a kit bash. And then I decided to do a Pro Street. Dan, what did you get me into? That's all right, you're still the man. 60 rules. What an awesome channel. If you're not subscribed, you need to go over and subscribe to Dan's channel. So, where are we at, you ask? Oh, you really don't want to know. Sure you do. That's why you're here, right? So let me switch cameras. Welcome to my messy desk. Yeah, it's turned into quite a project. Of course, we got our grinders and sanders and knives and squares and half bowl of glue that's left because I knocked it over last night. It's only $12 a bottle, folks. Good job, Bruce. So, where are we at? What have we done? Well, this is still the same. So far. Okay? We've done fitting of the grill. The bumper's in here somewhere. I don't know, somewhere. somewhere. Here it is. If you notice, there's a little. Let me put it down here just a little. There we go. There's a little grinding done there. There's a reason for that. I'll show you in a minute. Got more cut out, or got a bunch cut out on this, and we're starting there because this whole part between here and here needs to disappear, but this needs to stay. Because this floor pan is going to go in there like that. Yeah, I know there's a gap there. We'll get stuff filled in, no problem. And the original seat is going to fit right back in there. Like I think I showed that earlier. So that part's where we're at. Now the fun part is the tub to chassis from the 66 Nova. Okay, I had to narrow the rear end in order to get the wheels to be past the fender wells, which is no problem. That none of that's changed. I will have to add a piece back here, but I did have to grind this down so this fits on top of it like that, and this has to be there to hold the bucket in because it goes in there like that. I'm sorry, like that, right? So that's what holds the back of the bucket in. Keeps it from falling down or down. And this sits on that. About right there. Okay. So that's all fitting in. And get a little more adjustment out of that. So then I decided, well, I need to make sure where this fits. Or do I need to chop it up to cut it to make it fit? Well, it does kind of fit. Whoops. But then of course I'd have to cut the center out to make it fit. Well, I hope you're following this. Put the front suspension parts in this part of the chassis hood compartment, engine compartment. Big words today. Yeah, well, I'm kind of fumbuzzled, worried about the big snowstorm that's coming. Anyway, to get that to work, the front suspension to work, I could have took these parts here, and there's the knuckles for the steering, and I could have made them fit inside here. But then I had it not. Well, you know what? What about where does the engine fit in this thing? Well, the engine needs to be back about that much further. Okay, right now it's right about there, and it needs to be back at about another 1/8 inch, or 3/8 of an inch almost. So that still allows for all this to fit in here. And I use this as kind of a guide. But I thought, well, that engine's not going to fit in here right because it's not. Where's the engine? in order to get the engine fit in here like this, okay, you see where it's at on the factory firewall. I got it. Come on, there we go. It moved. See where it's at on the factory firewall? Well, that is right about there. Okay, where that the hood sits across there. So in order to make that work, well, I've got to put all of the front of the Nova in, which means firewall, fender well. So all of this has got to come out. It's gone. And this taper and stuff here, it does mimic this. So it's not going to work. And there's going to be enough room in here and everything for all this to fit. It's just, yeah, interesting, fun stuff. Because I got this to fit. And that does fit in there. So, and as you can see, that's almost ready just to kind of snap in there. So that's, and then that's going to, then there's not going to be any wheel spacing issues. It was just a little back, just a tad, but I wasn't going to worry about it. So now that I'm using the whole suspension, it's going to be an okay deal. So I'm telling you, I have got a can of worms. I got to make sure this fits, so that fits, this fits over here, that fits there, this goes over here. Is that going to fit there? Awesome stuff. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot that. So, as you probably noticed, I am going to use the kit wheels and rims and the rear tires. The front tires were crap. It was a these fell right through. Yeah. The wheels, the rim and the backing plate fell right through. There wasn't a trash can over here. Over there's a trash can. That's where they went. The Dart decided to donate 2 tires, seeing how it's going to have cheater slicks on the back. Doesn't need a full set of 4 tires. And these are nice tires. And they are going to look cool underneath there. And then this is going there. So we're gonna spend a while and cut this all out because I have a saw. Well, I wish I had those metal blades that goes in your X-Acto knife, because I can't cut that there like that. That's gonna cut the fender off. I can cut up to right about there, so that's not a problem. But it's just gonna be a little scratching to get done. So there's my $12.99 Ollie's 63 Nova II Wagon, Pro Street, in Werks. I was looking at they're charging $30 for these now on eBay. Yeah, well, it's eBay, right? Anyhow, that's it for this segment. I'll bring you back when I get more, if I'm still around after the big snowstorm. Bye! Wanted to bring you back and show you where we're at, because we were on a live last night with my friends, private live, and Jason and I from KRD Climbs Racing Design were on till 2:30 this morning, having all kinds of fun and awesome talk, and made some decisions. We were talking about different kinds of green, and I'd already picked out one kind of green, and I've changed my mind again. We're going to use this wicked green. Well, hey, let's change cameras, Bruce. People can see better. Yeah, welcome to the mess. We're going to use this Createx Pearlized Green as the base color, and then we're going to add some of this green to it and make it a little darker to kind of get it close to a period correct color. I don't know why I'm doing that, but hey, I like the idea. It's green. So here's the mess we have. We got this is the inner fender well of this, and we've got that all cut out, all nice and clean in there. And we've decided to go ahead and use, I may or may not mention it, the whole chassis for the 66 Nova. Still got to put the suspension parts on. We cut the radiator support apart so that this fits in here instead of on the outside, because that allows us to put this in. Gotta get it all the way forward. Yeah, there we go. And we got this gap as close as we can get. But I know there's some gappage up in here, and we'll fix that. But this lets the wheels be in the right spot. Okay. And then this, like I said, this radiator just slides right in there like that, and it'll look like it goes there when we get done. We'll fill this little spot in. So that's a no big deal. Like I said, I still don't have the bucket finished to fit in there yet, but this is the interior, of course, out of this car, so that still fits in there like that, and that still fits in here correctly, and it should fit there correctly when I get the fender wells finished notched out. Of course, I got them marked on both sides. I started cutting these out, as you can see. You can see through there. Yeah. And like I said, it's 2:30 in the morning. Both these Dremel wannabes running out of juice. So, time to go to bed. So, we've been playing with snow today and editing videos today. And just doing all kinds of stuff. Of course, we got up at 9 o'clock. Realized our normal time to get up, 8 or 9. No nap yet. Probably not. So I don't know why we're in a big hurry to get this done, but apparently we are, because we're just working on this thing hard and heavy to the last 3 days. We need to get back on the USAC build. We're good. And still got to get back on the 53 Ford. I want to try to get this all ready to go, because I want to primer everything. Maybe tonight. I don't know. Before the storm hits and the power goes out, and extended power outages and blah blah blah, winter storm warning watches and snow and ice and freezing rain, and the next 48 hours is going to be a humdinger. That's all I gotta say. What they say is half-ass true. So far, they haven't missed it too much. Just saying. We got the snow part. Anyhow, We'll bring you back when we get to ready for get the front end stuff in there ready. Show you that, and then after this next segment, it'll be update number 2, primer and paint. Okay, so we'll see you in the next segment. Bye. Segment of the Chevy 2 cutting, splicing, dicing, half saw will travel. We got a little more work done. Now we're filling in the gaps that we made. So let me pull you down here and show you what we got. As you can see, we still got a mess on our desk. Yeah, well, that goes with it. And we managed to spill a part of this bottle this morning. Yeah. We've got the chassis all taken care of. Where's my piece? There it is. We're working on filling in the gaps along here and across the front here. So we put a piece of styrene across here to flatten that out a bit, because we still got this gap in here to fill in. So that's what's this for, and that gives a place for the hood to lay. We end up cutting the rest of the factory stuff out. But man, good hands. As you can see, we got the extra filled back in there, because this is a little narrow than this opening here. And we got the bucket glued together. It's all one piece now. So you can see we overcut the hose. Oh well. No big deal. We got styrene sheets. So what we'll do is we'll make a template of this, cut that out, and lay that right in on the inside here, which I still got to cut this out. And then we'll have that Gaposaurus all, at least it's consistent. Yeah, with the Gaposaurus. I mean, if you look, that side's just as bad as that side. All right then. Of course, we still got to get the rest of the front suspension together. And contacted Josh Reese about getting some components. We'll see how that works. Asked him what he had and didn't have and whatnot. Anyhow, we'll see you in a bit. Bye. Greetings. Welcome back. Well, I just got off private chat with my good friend Dart and buddy Don. It's bedtime, so I thought, well, I've been 3 hours doing 3 little things. Little things. Yeah, well, this modeling stuff takes time sometimes. And why I'm getting bleep that out. Why I'm getting all bother about this thing, I don't know, but I am digging doing this chopped up mess. And it's been so much fun. I'm having a blast doing it. First Pro Street car I've ever done. So you all seen this before. We got the wheel tubs cut out where it fits down in there. We had to put some flat stock, like I said earlier, around the sides because this is narrower than the part I cut out. So I had to cut out the tray. So I put a piece in there, and of course you see it all fits together. That's so the hood will have something to sit on. And then I did these rear cards. As you can see the difference right there. So yeah, we got both sides done. That side's done. That side's done. We cut the tire out, spare tire out right there. So, but you can see where the gap hostess was. Not there now. So the sweet part is about this is it goes in there just like that, and it looks perfect. Perfect. And those aren't gaps, that's pencil marks. Okay. And the inside fits perfect. I don't know if you can see in there. So we're really happy with the way this is going. It's going to be a rolling chassis. Well, pretty soon. I got to put the I got to do a little trimming yet over here. It's not going down all the way, but that's close enough. But I got to do a little trimming here. But I mean, it fits in there perfect. It's you couldn't ask for a better fit. So yeah, the dash all fits because it's all the stock interior. So it all fits perfect. Yep. I'm loving it. I mean, the drop in here is perfect. The rear bumper fits in here and holds that in. Here's my mess. I had a template. I made a couple extra of these. This is my mess. This .015 styrene is what I'm using. I've had that for about 10 years. I bought a big batch of sheets of styrene one time off of a guy on Facebook. He's no longer around. He passed away, and his wife got rid of all of his inventory. So, but yeah, this is turning into a awesome build. I'm having a blast doing it for Mr. Dan the Man. So we'll bring you back when we have some more to report on this fitting and chopping for the 60's beep 60's psychedelic 60's group build. So anyhow, we'll be right back. Greetings. Welcome back to this last segment of Update 1. All the chopping and cutting stuff. Because we're going to move into update number 2. Paint and primer. Or, if you like primer and paint, we will be... Hang on. As always, I'm ready for all these videos. We will be using our new Gaahleri Mobius SP siphon brush to do the primer work on this kit and some others back here. So tomorrow hopefully is a primer day. So let me show you where we're at, because this is the last time you're going to see it this way. We tonight have pretty much finished this puppy dog. to where we want it to be. We did a lot of work in this area here. We had to put a new piece across the firewall, and then we had to build this up to fit the fenders. These are on here are because these booth parts not wide enough, and we did shave the back end down in the wheel tubs so they fit inside the body. Now, the chassis, Bruce. Hey, Bruce, it's the interior tub, dude. Gotcha. Of course, we cut out the old tub so we could have the seat, which we'll show you here in a minute. And we married that in there. Grafted. There you go, Bruce. Hey, big words, Bruce. Graft that in. And then we got the side panels in on both sides right there and on this side to cover the gappage like I said in the last video. And yesterday we got the all the floor pan in here, across here, and on the, and like I said, the sides are done. So this is all filled in. The seat has got a new back on it because this is the seat to come out of the car. So you're not going to see all that stuff, and I'll show you here just a second. If you see the black line there, well, that's where the seat sits, just like that. Okay, you can't see the sides, but you can see the back. And so when I put this in there, I'll glue that down, and that seam will kind of disappear. Mostly. So that's turned out pretty neat. Let me put this back on here. We got everything else ready to go. You know, the rest of the steering components and fuel cell, steering wheel, homemade row bar I made this row bar. Right or wrong, I made it. Find the hoe, Bruce. Okay. So, we're waiting on the dash. Let's go back here. We're waiting on the pedals to dry on the dash panel so I can bend them down. Because this is a 4-speed wooden. So this by chassis and this bucket fits up underneath there just like that. And as you can see, the rear end fits. Oh, that fits pretty good. I mean, yeah, it could be closer up in here. I don't care about all that. Well, I care about getting this all to fit right, and I did. Because this all goes in the back of there like that. And as you can see, it all fits, and it's perfect. Now when I glue this, I have to glue that down just a little bit right there. I'll push it down and glue it. That's okay. But everything is hunky-dory. Everything fits. All the wheels are in the right alignment. And it's all ready to be painted and primered. And there's the hood. Hood don't fit quite right because it don't have the grill in it, but it fits just fine. So with that all said, we're going to take this puppy dog and get a primer on it. We have a engine and some goodies coming. More on that in the next video. Because the next video will be a special announcement. So we should have our parts by the end that we've got on order. So anyhow, more on that later. Well, that being said, don't worry about the pickup truck sitting there. I know you seen it sitting there. That's my zombie build. That's something I built when I was a kid. Still have it. Anyway, we're going to say goodnight, wherever you are, or good morning, or whatever, like King Bob says. Save the fingers. Be kind to your neighbors. You don't know when you're going to see them again. And we want to thank our awesome sponsor, ScaleFinishes.com, for that awesome Eclectic 10 code, so you all can save 10% on your total purchase. So go over and fill your card up. Use that code and whoever's code, because there's several of them running around out there. But we're pleased to be sponsored by Jameson. So take care, my friends. Have a good night. We're going to bed because tomorrow's going to be a long day. Bye now.